Hello and good evening. Thank you very much for tuning in. San Francisco, Los Angeles, Florida, New Orleans, New York, London, Berlin, Paris, Vancouver, and Toronto, and points beyond. Tonight, I wish to go ahead and say a big thank you to Spizz Energi of London, England, who hooked me up with clothes when I got robbed back in 2011, 2012, and has always been by my side when I was in a low point, and has actually helped me out a lot, as well as Robbie Rist, who's actually helped me out a lot too, and the guys from the Spoon, his friends, Chris Jackson and Tom Bowers. So there's a big fat horns up to you guys. I don't know if I'll be doing the podcasting thing to the live gaming until I get the right rig. So I'm going to have to build that and make it rightly happen, because my interface fell onto a tile floor and it doesn't work in the right manner. So that's my audio. That was my audio interface. I'm over here at Wayne's house, and we're just chilling out and talking about how we're getting infected by a lot of fun external forces, and we're not going to get into them, and because those are things that we know about, and we're learning about, as well as we're learning about them or knowing about them, and you have to find out your own external forces yourself. So I hope that everything's good. Your internal forces, your external forces, I want everything to be looked at in an abstract manner. You need to take the third person perspective at all times sometimes, because of the fact that the way that we live has been forced by media, government, religion, law of life, and the way of our common human principle, which has been degrading our own integrity as people all around this planet, and we have no reason to do some of the things that we do, like vote for bad people and allow bad companies to do bad things and allow wars to happen and permit crime. But what I think we need to do is be forward with our movement towards peace, towards self-equality, towards not necessarily minimalism, but maximalization of the current state of ourselves and our being. We can't do that without inner knowledge. We can't gain inner knowledge unless we look at ourselves from a third-person perspective, if necessary. When we look at ourselves from a third-person perspective, we can see what's going on. We can see what's happening. We can also see how we can change things, to move things forward, and to rearrange our lives. If we can do that on a day-to-day basis, at least for a few minutes, we can all become better people when we see that we may be doing harm to ourselves, doing harm to others, doing harm to society, as well as doing harm to our own lives. When we acknowledge our minds, we can accept peace. When peace comes in, we can accept ourselves. Some of my friends have been veterans of war. Some of my friends are in constant mental war due to depression, isolation, frustration, financial debt, and other mannerisms of trouble. When we can identify the problems and separate ourselves from the entity, which is ourselves, to look at ourselves as a possibly better human being, that is when we attain true consciousness, possibly. I'm saying possibly because I don't know all. And I'm not saying that I know anything. I want to be a good guy. I don't want to fuck up anymore. I do everything that I possibly can. Gene Simmons is a fuck up for saying that about Prince. Then Paul Stanley was the first one to apologize for Mr. Simmons' words, which I find is very interesting. But I don't think that that's cool. All music came from black artists, and I mean not all music, but rock and roll core to the core. Look at Robert Johnson and go up from there. But the way that he said that Prince's death was pathetic, and he thought it was basically a suicide. Addiction is addiction. Drugs, sex, but like you talk about in a couple of your books, Gene Simmons, fucking all those 2,000 women. Maybe some people got hooked on drugs and depressed after you fucked their wives and girlfriends. Have you ever thought about that? Anyway, your Hotter Than Hell album and Destroyer album are in the dumpster. As well as your comic books. You spit fire, you spit blood, and you talk about sex all the time back in the day. You know, rock and roll superstar. You know, saint. Anyway, as far as albums go that I want you to listen to, I want you to listen to Television's first album. I want you to listen to Kaleidoscope, and I want you to listen to The Move. I also want you to listen to the Monkees. It's the 50th year of the Monkees. And I also want you to listen to Circe Link. That's CIRCELINK. And Christian Nesmith, NESMITH, son of Michael. Anyway, we miss you, Davey, from the Monkees. And if you're out there in rock and roll heaven, please say hi to Chase Bailey. He was our guitarist. He passed away in 2014. And I'm sure he'd jam with you. Okay? Take care of yourselves. May the force be with you. I'll check you on the flip side.